think it's a very strong point of view to put across on a newspaper that's meant to be unbiased.
I think this headline is pretty ridiculous, really.
It's shocking. I think it's absolutely appalling. I don't like it at all.
I think it's awful because it's bad that they're trying to fool people with that headline, trying to make people think immigration is bad, and they're not saying any of the benefits. It's very one-sided.
I think this is the worst headline I've seen about immigration.
I disagree with it. It's a disgusting headline. I don't agree with it.
I think it's very dramatic and I think it's sensational. I'm quite shocked at the headline. I don't like it at all.
I think that headline is very controversial. Well, I think the media presents immigration in a bad light.
Quite often I think the media represents immigration in quite a negative way.
Negatively.
Very negatively.
Poorly and probably biasly, without really thinking about it, trying to convince you of one way rather than showing a balanced argument.
I think the media is responsible for a lot of scaremongering. It's always going on about the negative aspects of immigration. It never goes on about the positive aspects of immigration.
I am not sure if people in my neighbourhood would agree with this point of view. I've just recently moved and there's a lot of people from lots of different countries than where I live, so they'd probably agree with me and say this is quite silly as an idea.
So that's the majority in my neighbourhood is Somalian, Asian.
My neighbourhood's students, but I still don't think they would agree with this headline.
I think there might be a couple in my neighbourhood, but I think most people would disagree because I live in a multicultural neighbourhood and I think they would be a little upset by this headline because it's offensive. It doesn't take into account all the good and wonderful things that immigrants and their families do when they come to this country. The money they bring, the culture that they bring, everything that they bring to this country that we enjoy and take for granted is never represented in the media.
Some of them do, some of them don't. You know, people have different opinions, innit?
Absolutely not. I live in quite a multicultural area where there are people from all parts of the world, and I think within our neighbourhood we really appreciate other people's cultural heritage.
I don't think that this headline is representative of the British public.